Hello. Okay, so today is Sunday, the 8th, Sunday, September 8th, and I am going to swap last week's screen time for reading. Last Sunday, I was on my phone for 4 hours and 13 minutes. Today, I'm going to read for 4 hours because I already read for a little bit this morning, so I'm just going to take off the 13 minutes, even though it's probably more than that. And it is beautiful outside. It's 77 degrees and it just feels like fall. Perfect weather for reading. Okay, so I have my timer ready. I have my book ready. I'm rereading Throne of Glass. So I actually haven't read The Assassin's Blade, which is kind of crazy because I've read every single of Sarah J. Maas's books so far, except for this one because I didn't know about it somehow when I read Throne of Glass, so I didn't read it. But now that I'm gonna reread Throne of Glass, I'm going to start with this one. So it's kind of fun because I haven't read this one yet. 4 hours, starting now. To chapter 3 of the second novella. So I read page 94 and I'm really enjoying it, and I am at 2 hours and 51 minutes left, and now I'm gonna go run a few errands, take a little break, maybe grab something to eat, and then I'll come back. Okay, I just got back from lunch. I took myself to like lunch, dinner, and it's 4:40 right now. And I am now on the third short story, which is The Assassin in the Desert. And I read a little bit while I was eating, while I was waiting for my food. I took my book and I sat outside and I read, and it was honestly so nice. And then I'm just gonna relax for the rest of the day and read. And I don't really have anything to say about this so far. I feel like it's just kind of, I mean, obviously it's amazing because it's Sarah J. Maas writing. I love her writing and I'm having a really good time reading it, and it's just so, like, the feeling of reading her books again is just so good. She is, like, no doubt about it, my favorite author. So, Sarah J. Maas, Jessa Hastings, favorite authors. I feel calm after being outside eating a good meal. I had a grilled cheese and tomato soup, and I had like a chocolate mousse dessert with sweet tea, and I just feel really relaxed right now. So I'm gonna keep that relaxation going and take a bath and read some more and maybe watch some TV later after I finish my reading, because I've timed my reading at lunch, and so now I only have 2 hours and 21 minutes left in my reading, so I'm almost halfway done for the day, and I'm super enjoying this book, which also helps. And that's all. So I'm gonna go get in comfy clothes and be clean, and then I'll be back. I just took my bath and watched a little bit of YouTube, and I read a little bit. So now I have almost 2 hours flat left, 2 hours and 5 minutes. So I'm just gonna sit and read, maybe take a few little breaks here and there, but just gonna sit and read right now. My little cozy fall blanket and fall candle. And I'm just so happy to be back in Sarah J Maas, like in this world. I just love the characters so much. I love seeing Selena, Selly, and just like being back with the characters. Like, something about it is so comforting, and like I'm back with my friends. I'm just so excited. I'm so excited to get to the next book, to Throne of Glass, because I love it so much. I'm so excited. And I've been wanting to reread ACOTAR too, like for a long time. So hopefully maybe sometime before the year is over, I'll get to rereading that as well. But I'm so happy to be back, and I love it. I'm having such a good time. And so I'm going to start the timer again, and hopefully just finish it out right now. I only have 29 minutes left, and I paused it because I need a minute. Basically, this book is Assassin's Blade is a precursor to the whole Throne of Glass series. So this book is like telling Selena's story before Throne of Glass. So Throne of Glass is like the start of the series, and like through the series you're gonna hear about her times in the desert with the Silent Assassins, or like things, or Sam, who she was a fellow assassin with, and this book kind of just tells those stories. So like whenever it mentions it in Throne of Glass, in the series, you'll like know what they're talking about. Because whenever I read the series without having read this, it would just mention the stories, and like okay, I knew that she went to the desert to train with the Silent Assassins, but I didn't know like the full story of it. And this, like the short story right now that I'm reading, the novella, is about her time in the Red Desert with the Assassins. So now whenever I get to that point in the book where it's like, oh, when I trained with the Assassins, or blah 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 blah, like I'll know what she's talking about and like what that entailed whenever she trained with the Assassins. So, and I've heard like the different like reading order that you can do it. Like some people read this first and some people read it third, I think. Which I don't know if I would read it third, because I feel like that would kind of break up the storyline. Like I think this would be better to read first, because you're kind of just getting like little glimpses, and like you kind of get to know who Selena is as a character. And it's kind of like they're novellas, so they're short stories about all these different things. And it is in chronological order, like of it happening, but it's definitely like if you were to read this in the middle of the series, I feel like it would break up the continuity, in my personal opinion. So I would recommend reading this first, but I mean, that's just me. And so now I'm gonna read some TV. I'm gonna watch some TV, and then I'm going to finish my 30 minutes of reading. Okay, so I watched TV for a little bit, and now I'm going to finish my reading. I have 29 minutes left, and I'm going to start it now. So hours and 13 minutes done. I read the first one, The Assassin and the Pirate Lord. I read the second one, The Assassin and the Healer. And I read the third one, The Assassin in the Desert. And I have just started The Assassin in the Underworld. So I'll just have this one and that one tomorrow to finish. I'm on page 247. Basically, I read for 4 hours and 13 minutes today. Good morning. Well, good morning for me. I have 2 hours and 47 minutes of screen time. So I'll have to read for 2 hours and 47 minutes today. I have my oatmeal and I have my coffee. And I have like an hour before I have to leave. So I'll probably read for like a good 30 minutes. I feel like I'm gonna knock out a good amount of time right now. So, while I eat and drink my coffee, so start. Okay, so I'm back. I just cleaned the kitchen a little bit, took out the trash, and now it's a little like calmer in here. It was kind of crazy. Now it is 1:08. I have an hour and 44 minutes left in my reading for today. I'm gonna read for a little bit and then I need to read out of my textbook. But don't worry, I'm not gonna count that because that's so boring. Well, I finished my time for the day and I started a stopwatch. I went 20 minutes over to finish the book. I'm gonna have to read Throne of Glass next because I can't just stop now. I can't just pick up another book. Well, I finished my reading for the day. Because now I'm wrecked. Today is Tuesday and I have to somehow read for 4 hours and 49 minutes. But I'm drinking my greens. I'm gonna read for the 15 minutes that I have before I have to go. Maybe like 10 minutes actually. So I started Throne of Glass after finishing The Assassin's Blade. And honestly, I kind of feel like I could get close to finishing this in 4 hours and 30 minutes. Like, I don't know. We'll see. A little challenge, see if I can finish this in one day. I'm back in the exact same spot as always. I have been watching TV and I made a smoothie when I got home. So it's 3:35 and I still have 3 hours and 50 minutes left. So I'm gonna read a little bit. So I have been listening to an audiobook for like 2 hours now, just while I cooked dinner and while I did other things, trying to get the reading in today because otherwise I wouldn't be able to. I am going to now continue Throne of Glass, and I've been wanting to read this all evening that I have been doing other things. I've been thinking about this, and so on my way, literally as I was napping, I was thinking that I was reading. I don't know if anyone else does that, but sometimes when I sleep or when I nap, I think that I'm reading, I don't know. I read up to page 171 in this book in Throne of Glass, and I also listened to an audiobook of the You Again book, which I'm audiobooking it because I like soft DNF'd it like last week, and I was like, you know what, like I'll just listen to that because I don't want to listen to Throne of Glass because I want to read this. Like I want to read every single word in tab as I'm doing, and I'm not really enjoying it. Like I don't know what to do. I don't know. Like I feel like I should just DNF it, but that's so hard for me to do. I love this book. I love this series. I have tabbed so many things. I just love how she loves books. Celaena Sardothien is Adarlan's assassin. So she is the most renowned assassin in her continent, in like the area that she's from in Adarlan. She's summoned to the castle after being in a prison camp. That's where the first setting is a prison camp, mining. And she gets taken to the castle to compete in trials to become the king's champion. So she's going to become the king's assassin if she wins these trials. And so you go through the story and just you get to see the trials. You get to learn who she is, what her character is. And you kind of see like what's important to her character, like the books and like her looks and things like that. Very, she really likes material things, and it's just so funny, and I love it. Like sometimes something very important is happening and she's thinking about the dirt under her nails, and I just was like, she would be thinking about the dirt under her nails and not this thing that's going on in front of her. As I'm rereading this, without fail, this is the best. Like her writing is the best fantasy writing I have ever read. Something about it, it's like just so amazing and atmospheric, and you feel like you're there. You feel like you're like, sometimes when I'm reading I find it hard to picture the scenes, but like whenever I read her scenes, like I can see them in my head, and it's like so fun. Tomorrow is Wednesday, our fourth day of this challenge. So we did Sunday, Monday, and today is Tuesday. So tomorrow is Wednesday, the fourth day of our little challenge. And I'm feeling good. I wish I had more time to like sit and read today, but I did read about half the time. Good morning. It is Wednesday morning at 6:46 a.m. Today I have 3 hours and 33 minutes of reading to do. I just got back from getting my hair done, and I still have like 2 hours and 11 minutes of reading today. I did read like for about 20 minutes sitting in the chair at the salon. But I still have like 2 hours left, so I don't know if I'm gonna finish today because I'm gonna eat and watch TV, and then I'm gonna get to bed after I shower. So, okay, it is now Thursday morning, my last day of class for the week. So today's Thursday, and I had a total of 5 hours and 7 minutes, but I added yesterday's time, so it's now 6 hours and 30 minutes. But I already read for like a little bit this morning, so now it's 6 hours and 9 minutes. I read like 20 minutes of this book. Okay, so I'm back from class now. I got out early because my marketing class was canceled for the day. So I got out early. I do have a lot of homework and things that I need to get done this weekend, but right now I think I'll read for a little bit because that feels productive as well. And I have like roughly 100 pages, I want to say. I haven't counted, but it looks like about 100 pages left, maybe a little more. So I think that I can get this done. I still have 5 hours and 37 minutes left on my time. I did not read in the car today because I went to get coffee with a friend instead before class. So we went and got coffee, and then we just chatted in my car before class. And so yeah, I didn't read in the car, but I feel like I could potentially knock a lot of this out today. So we're at the point in the story where things are kind of picking up. So I feel like this will be a simple finish. And then after this book, I think I'm going to switch to a different book, like not part of the series, to make it a little more interesting. I just finished Throne of Glass, and so I'm right here in front of my little TBR shelf to pick my next read. I would give this one it's a 5-star series, but I think I would give this one a like 4.75 stars. It was so good, but I tabbed a lot of it, and so I finished this just now. It's 8:32 p.m. and I have 3 hours and 31 minutes left in my timer. So I don't know. Okay, anyways, I think I want to finish The Serpent and the Wings of Night. Okay, I did not talk yesterday after I told you I was starting The Serpent and the Wings of Night, but I failed. I mean, I read until I had 2 hours and 42 minutes left. I kept it on there. So today is Friday, and oddly enough, it was the exact same time as yesterday. So it was 5 hours and 7 minutes again. I got to page 182 of The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I'm gonna read it today, and I'm thinking I'll probably switch back and forth. I haven't started this one yet, but I think I kind of want to start it today. So I'll probably go back and forth between these two. Last day that I am swapping my screen time for reading, and yesterday, big fail. I started reading Out on a Limb. I'm still reading A Serpent and the Wings of Night, but I just wanted to start this one because I was really intrigued. And so I read like quite a bit of it last night, and then I read some this morning. So I'm on page 116, and I'm really enjoying this book so far. It's a accidental pregnancy trope, which I know those are kind of like controversial. Some people hate them, some people like them. I don't really have an opinion on them. Like, I don't really care. Winifred Wynne McNulty has always been wildly independent and not one to be coddled for her limb difference. Wynne has spent most of her life trying to prove that she can do it all on her own. With some minor adjustments, she's done just fine. Hooking up at a costume party with the incredibly charming Beau changes everything. Wynne finds herself pregnant and decides to keep the baby, while Beau is surprisingly elated to step up to the plate. Wynne is unsure whether she can handle this new challenge. I'm gonna just continue reading this book, and we'll see how far I get in my timer. So I have 3 hours left, so I will update you before I go to sleep. And this is the last day of our swapping reading for screen time challenge. So it's been a few weeks since I finished filming for this video. It's now the 25th of September instead of, I think it was at the beginning of September, maybe the second week of September when I filmed this. And so here I am closing out this video. So I read a total of 4 books during this video, and I only finished 2 in the video, but I finished Out on a Limb like closely after because I was loving it so much. The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J Maas, which I feel like I explained enough in the video. Loved this book. Such a good book. I am so happy. If you like are wanting to read Throne of Glass, the series, then you should definitely read this one first, in my opinion. The next book that I read was Throne of Glass, the second book in the series by Sarah J Maas. And so I read the first 2 books in this series, and I'm going to be rereading the series soon, so I'm excited to have started that. I was listening to You Again, which I DNF'd because I just am not a huge fan of it. It was a When Harry Met Sally retelling, and I really enjoyed that movie. I recently watched it, but I just wasn't a fan of the book. I couldn't really relate to the characters, and I just felt like I didn't agree with some of the things, and it was just a little raunchy, and so I just didn't really enjoy that, and so I DNF'd this one, and I don't see myself ever picking it back up. And then the last book that I showed myself reading in this video was Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young, and this book was so good. I think I would have given it a 4.75 stars. I really had a great time reading this book. I enjoyed myself thoroughly, and I cannot wait to read more of her books. So I read a total of 4 books in this video. I really enjoyed my time. I had a fun time filming this. I think the total hours that I read in this video was about 30. I did not finish all of the time, so probably less than that, maybe 20, 22 hours around that time. I hope you enjoyed, and if you have any suggestions, let me know. Any recommendations or any video ideas, I would love to hear from you. And just thank you so much for watching my video, and I will link my Instagram and my Goodreads down in the description box. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.